You may have meals being delivered. You may have groceries being delivered to your home. Take the time for some of these things to, after you put them up, or even if you can, wipe them down or just spray them a little bit. But even after you're finished handling the packages, the biggest thing is the packages that they're coming in. All right. Hi, guys. This is Chiquita Robertson. And on today, I have a few quick tips I want to share with you, especially as we're embarking upon this time of the year where there are illnesses that typically come about for most people. We know what time of year this is as we enter into the fall season, the winter season, and people are typically getting the flu. They're getting viruses and just different things. And so I want you all to take the necessary precautions to keep both you and your families and loved ones healthy. All right. So, it's four quick tips that I want to share with you all, and the theme of each is going to start with an M, a letter M. So I'm kind of on a whole M thing right now. But the very first thing is mail. You want to make sure that when you are handling mail, so mail would include, of course, anything that's coming from the U.S. Postal Service, but also anything that is coming through Amazon, any packages, deliveries from FedEx, DHL, UPS, anything that is being delivered to you from someone. And even these days, it's you may have meals being delivered. You may have groceries being delivered to your home. Take the time for some of these things to, after you put them up, or even if you can, wipe them down or just spray them a little bit. But even after you're finished handling the packages, the biggest thing is the packages that they're coming in. Make sure that you're washing your hands. I think that's a great tip. That is something that all of us should be doing, is that, make sure that you're in the habit of washing your hands and don't touch your face. Don't touch, before maybe dealing with food or anything like that. And I don't know, these are things that most people should be doing. But I'm gonna tell you, I see a lot of different things, and people are not consistently doing this. But just be mindful to wash your hands, especially after you're handling any packages, any mail, or anything that enters your home. Okay. All right, so the next thing is money. So this kind of maybe goes a little bit with mail, but money, oh my goodness. There's so many germs on money. If you could imagine the path and the journey that just a $1 bill will go through before it even gets to you, you'd be surprised. So I want you all to make sure that you are washing your hands after you're handling money. And it's not just paper money or coins, but also your credit cards, your debit cards, things of that nature, where you are exchanging, goods and services for something. You want to make sure that you're washing your hands, because when you hand that credit card to that person, that cashier, and they check you out, you don't know if they've been washing their hands. They've been handling so many other people's, money and credit cards and debit cards. You want to make sure you're washing your hands, okay? And then another thing would be is also dealing with your mood. And you may wonder, how is that going to help me during this time of the year? And let me tell you something. When I say mood, I'm really referring to how you're feeling, to kind of taking your own, temperature, so to speak. And I think many times we can just be caught up in the hustle and bustle, and we're not getting our proper rest. We're not eating the best, and so it impacts our mood. And, you may be feeling lethargic or tired all of the time, and you have to say, okay, am I really taking care of myself? Make sure that you're getting proper rest. Make sure that you're getting the proper amount of sleep, that you're taking time just to rest, not only your body, but even your mind. So it's important to make sure that you kind of, check your mood to make sure you're doing good. Because during this time of season, if your metabolism, or more so your immune system, is not built up and you're really tired, you're going to be more susceptible to becoming sick. Okay. Let me tell you, I learned this many years ago, is to make sure that I'm not wearing myself out, because when I do, typically that's when I'm more susceptible to becoming sick. So make sure that you're checking your mood. And then finally, the last M is medicine. Make sure that you're taking the medicines that you're supposed to be taking, medicines that have been prescribed for you. Of course, taking your vitamins is so important, especially during this time of year, making sure that that immune system is built up, okay? So many times people say, well, we don't have to, our immune system is built up from the things that we come into contact with, and I've heard this so many times, germs and different things, it has to build up your immune system. And when you start to really think about it, there may be some truth to it, but really, to be honest, our everyday life, how we eat, our physical activity, different things that we do is really what helps to build our immune system up. And I'm pretty sure that there's foods that we may consume that is not helping our immune system. Lack of, no exercise or physical activity is not helping our immune system. So we want to make sure that we're doing those things to help our immune system, but also to give it a boost with some medicines. And medicines like multivitamins, maybe some vitamin C. There's some individual medicines that you can take that can help build up your immune system during this time of year. So that if you do come into contact with something and you may get a little sick, you may be able to fight it off quickly, you may get a little sick, but it should not be life-threatening. And there's some things that we should be able to overcome, but some people, they're not able to overcome it because their immune system has been compromised. They may not be taking certain medicines that they should be taking. They're not taking their vitamins. They're not building up their immune system. So make sure that if there are medicines that you're supposed to be taking, that you're taking your medicines. And this would include even antihistamines like Claritin or Flonase. If you know that, that little tickle in your throat or your nose or your ears feeling funny, start taking your Zyrtec, start taking your Claritin, start taking that Flonase, and do it and be consistent with it, okay? So these are just a few quick tips that you all can implement during this time of year so that you don't find yourself in a situation to where you're not, down and out for a few hours or a few days. You may be down and out for, some weeks. So we don't want to get to that point. So I want to encourage you all to make your health a priority. Take these tips, apply them, make sure you're washing your hands, make sure your kids and your spouses and your family members are washing their hands, and feel free to pass this video along to someone that you think it could bless. All right, guys, until next time, you all be blessed.